Picture a sunrise in Japan, rows of elders moving together in quiet harmony, their bodies fluid, steady, free. These aren't athletes or trainers, but ordinary people in their 70s and 80s who still garden, walk, and live independently. What's their secret? 6 simple movements practiced every morning. Research now shows these rituals boost insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, and keep balance sharp well into later years. In my 25 years of clinical practice, I've seen similar results, and today, I'll show you exactly how to start. After 50, many of us start to notice stiffness, slower recovery, or unsteady balance. But in Japan, home to the world's longest living seniors, those signs of decline aren't inevitable. The secret lies in 6 daily movements that train the body to stay young from the inside out. Backed by clinical studies on muscle strength, insulin sensitivity, and fall prevention, these habits may help you move, think, and feel younger. I'll walk you through each one, step by step, with options for every ability level. 1. Radio-Taiso, morning calisthenics. If you've ever seen a Japanese park at sunrise, you've seen it. Dozens of elders standing tall, moving in unison to soft music. Arms sweep, knees bend, breath flows. That's Radio-Taiso, Japan's national morning ritual, and it may be one of the most powerful longevity habits ever studied. In my 25 years of clinical work, I've noticed that seniors who begin their day with movement, any movement, show better balance, steadier glucose, and more energy through the day. Radio-Taiso takes this to another level. A 2022 study from the Journal of Epidemiology followed 226 older adults who practiced it daily. After just 12 weeks, they improved their mobility by over 20% and completed balance tests faster, with an incredible 94% adherence rate. No gym, no machines, just rhythm, breath, and intention. Biologically, this gentle series of arm circles, side bends, and stretches does something profound. It wakes up your insulin receptors, the locks that help your cells use sugar for fuel. When those locks stay open, energy flows, blood sugar stabilizes, and your brain functions more clearly. I often tell my patients, think of your muscles like a garden. After 60, if you don't move, the soil hardens. But Radio-Taiso? It's the gentle rain that keeps that garden alive. Here's how to start. Equipment, none. Intensity. Light to moderate, 3 to 4 on a 10-point scale. Duration, 3 to 6 minutes, ideally upon waking. Frequency, daily. Consistency matters more than effort. Progression. Add an extra round once you feel steady. One of my 70-year-old patients, Walter, told me, "At first, I thought it was silly, like kids exercise. But by week 2, I stopped needing my mid-morning nap. Try this tomorrow morning before breakfast. It's not just stretching, it's metabolic tuning. And in a moment, we'll see how the Japanese turn a simple walk into medicine for the brain and heart." 2. Sampo, mindful walking. Most people think walking is just a way to get steps in. But in Japan, Sampo, mindful walking, is treated more like therapy than exercise. It's a ritual that links breath, awareness, and motion, restoring balance to both body and mind. In my 25 years of practice, I've seen hundreds of seniors regain stability and calm simply by slowing down. A 2023 study in Geriatrics and Gerontology International followed older adults who walked 20 to 30 minutes daily, but here's the twist. They walked at half their normal pace. Within 6 weeks, balance confidence improved by 32%, and fall risk dropped nearly 30%. The secret lies in the breath. As you walk, inhale for 2 steps, hold for 2, exhale for 4. This rhythm gently resets cortisol, your stress hormone. When cortisol stays balanced, your heart rate, blood sugar, and mood all follow. Picture your body as an ocean tide, steady, rhythmic, unhurried. This kind of walk doesn't tire you out. it fills you back up. Here's the practical rhythm: equipment, comfortable shoes, quiet path. Intensity, light, focus on breathing, not speed. Duration, start with 10 minutes after breakfast. Frequency, daily, add 5 minutes each week. Progression, by week 4, reach 25 to 30 minutes. One of my patients, Maria, 68, used to rush through her morning walk to get it over with. When she tried Sampo breathing, she told me, "For the first time, I came home feeling lighter, not older." If you've been feeling restless, or if your thoughts race faster than your feet, this practice may help your mind catch up with your body again. And in the next segment, we'll explore a movement born from the samurai, a bow so graceful it can rebuild strength in your knees and calm in your heart. 3. Rei-Ho, the respectful bow. Rei-Ho began centuries ago as a simple act of respect, but for Japanese elders, it's become a quiet daily strength practice, one that trains balance, humility, and muscle control all at once. Each slow bow calls the body and mind to move as one. In my clinical experience, I've seen seniors who couldn't kneel or bend safely regain lower body confidence through this single motion. A 2025 study published in the Tohoku Journal of Experimental Medicine found that adults over 65 who practice the Rei-Ho routine increased knee extension strength by 25.9% in just 3 months, 10 times more than the control group. Biologically, each bow engages deep stabilizing muscles in your hips, thighs, and core, while stimulating blood flow through the lower limbs. It's a natural way to counter sarcopenia, the muscle loss that often begins after 50. Think of Rei-Ho like oiling a hinge that keeps your body upright and steady. The slower you move, the more finely that hinge works. Here's how to practice. Equipment: optional chair or wall for balance. Intensity: gentle and controlled. Duration: 5 minutes. Frequency: daily, 20 to 22 bows per session. Progression: lower the bow by a few degrees each week until you reach 45 degrees. One of my patients, George, 72, said, "At first I felt silly bowing to no one, but it became my morning prayer." What he discovered is what the data confirms. Lowering your head in gratitude can also lift your body's stability. Each slow descent and rise strengthens your legs and centers your mind. And as you finish, there's often a stillness, a heartbeat of calm that lingers. But the next movement goes deeper still, unlocking flexibility in the hips and ankles, places where age often hides its stiffness. 4. Shinkoo-Zari, the deep squat, rest. In Japan, many elders still sit close to the floor when they eat, garden, or share tea. This habit, known as Shinkoo-Zari, the deep squat rest, preserves strength and flexibility that most Western seniors lose decades earlier. It's one of the simplest, yet most powerful antidotes to stiffness. In my 25 years of practice, I've seen that seniors who relearn this position regain balance faster than those doing traditional gym routines. A study in gerontology and geriatric medicine found that just 6 weeks of daily deep squat training improved one leg standing by 32% and dynamic balance by an incredible 206%. Those numbers reflect something deeper. Mobility is memory. When your joints move through their full range, your nervous system remembers what freedom feels like. Here's how to begin safely. Equipment: wall or sturdy chair for support. Intensity: light to moderate, comfort over depth. Duration: start with 30 seconds, twice daily. Frequency: every day. Progression: lower your hips gradually. Over time, try sitting without support for a few breaths. A 68-year-old patient of mine, Tom, once said, "I couldn't kneel for years, but the first time I held this position, I felt 20 again." It's not magic, it's mechanical. The deep squat gently realigns hips, knees, and ankles, flushing blood through cartilage that often goes dry with age. Think of it like teaching your joints their language again, one of patience, depth, and quiet strength. If it feels uncomfortable at first, that's okay. Even holding the halfway point signals to your body that movement is safe again. And in the next segment, we'll look at a practice that predicts independence better than any medical test, the art of standing from the floor, hands-free. 5. Floor transitions, rising without hands. There's a quiet test doctors in Japan often use to gauge longevity. Not blood pressure, not cholesterol, but whether you can rise from the floor without using your hands. This ability, called the sit-to-stand transition, is one of the strongest predictors of independence and life expectancy after 60. In my clinic, I've seen this single skill transform confidence. One patient, Linda, 74, began unable to rise from her mat without help. Within 6 weeks of daily practice, she could stand unassisted, smiling like she'd rediscovered freedom. "It's not just standing," she said, "it's reclaiming who I am." The science agrees. Research published in BMC Geriatrics, 2023, followed over 11,000 adults aged 65 and older. Those who regularly practice movements involving floor transitions, like Taiso and Rei-Ho, had an 18% lower risk of developing dementia and maintained functional mobility far longer than non-practitioners. The reason lies in neuromuscular rejuvenation. After 60, we lose about 1% of motor neurons per year, but consistent full-body coordination exercises can restore up to 30% of those lost connections in just 3 months. Here's how to start safely. Equipment: soft surface or yoga mat. Intensity: slow, mindful movement. Duration: 3 to 5 repetitions. Frequency: 2 to 3 times per day. Progression: use one hand at first, gradually reduce assistance until fully unassisted. Think of it as rewiring the body's internal circuitry. Your brain sending clearer signals to muscles that have been asleep. Each successful rise is a quiet declaration of independence, a message to your nervous system. I still can. And when practiced consistently, this small ritual builds something even deeper than strength. It builds trust between mind and body again. Coming up next, we'll finish with one of Japan's simplest daily motions, the towel twist, a gentle way to release stiffness, reduce inflammation, and keep the spine young. 6. Tenugui Hibiki. The towel twist. At first glance, the Tenugui Hibiki looks too simple to matter. Just a towel, held tight, twisting side to side. But don't be fooled. This humble practice is a hidden gem in Japan's longevity culture, gently awakening muscles and circulation from the shoulders down through the spine. In my 25 years working with seniors, I've found this to be one of the safest, most effective ways to keep the upper body mobile and inflammation low. A meta-analysis in clinical interventions in aging showed that moderate resistance exercise in adults over 60 improved insulin sensitivity by 23% and reduced inflammatory markers like interleukin-6 and tumor necrosis factor alpha by up to 25% within 12 weeks. The towel twist mimics those same benefits without the strain of weights. Here's how to try it. Equipment: one medium towel. Intensity: light to moderate. Duration: 2 to 3 minutes daily. Frequency: once a day, ideally mid-morning. Progression: add a second set or extend the hold to 4 seconds per twist as you grow stronger. Hold the towel at shoulder height. Inhale deeply. Twist gently to the right. Hold for 3 seconds. Exhale to center and repeat on the left. 10 to 15 repetitions per side is enough. Imagine wringing out the stiffness, just like water from a towel. Each twist loosens tension from your spine, chest, and shoulders. One of my patients, June, 72, said, "It feels like I'm squeezing the stress out of my body." She didn't realize she was also improving blood flow and calming her nervous system in the process. This movement completes the Japanese daily 6, a full circle rhythm of strength, balance, and calm. In a moment, we'll tie all 6 together and reflect on how these small habits can restore something far greater than muscle, your sense of freedom. Sometimes aging feels like slowly shrinking inside your own body. Chairs lower, stairs taller, balance less certain. But what I've learned in 25 years of practice is this: our bodies are always listening. They just need the right rhythm to remember who they are. These 6 Japanese movements, Radio-Taiso, Sampo, Rei-Ho, Shinkoo-Zari, floor transitions, and Tenuki Hibiki, aren't just exercises. They're quiet daily conversations between you and your body. Each one whispers, "You're still capable. You're still connected. You're still here." If you try even one tomorrow morning, do it gently. Notice your breath. Feel your muscles wake up like sunlight on a window after years of shade. It doesn't take long to remind your body what strength feels like. It just takes consistency. In my clinic, I've seen hundreds of seniors rediscover independence through small, steady movements like these. Some start standing taller. Others find they can walk longer without fatigue. But almost all of them say the same thing: I feel more like myself again. So maybe tomorrow, before checking the news or reaching for your phone, give yourself 5 minutes. Choose one of these 6 movements. Let it be your morning promise to stay strong for the people who love you and for the life that still wants you moving through it. Which one will you begin with? Share it in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else who's just starting. Always check with your healthcare provider before beginning a new routine, especially if you manage heart, blood pressure, or balance conditions. If this helped you, join our Healthy Aging Hub family, where every week we explore gentle, science-backed ways to keep your body strong and your spirit steady. Let's keep moving, quietly, together.